Maribel, your host of Young Stars. We're here today talking to two college students who have already been through the experience and are here to help you if you're going off to college as a freshman or if you're a parent whose child is going off to college as a freshman. We're just here to give you our point of view of our experience, and we hope that this helps you with the process of sending your child off to college or them going off to college by themselves. Okay, with me today we have two college students I would just let them introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Jeffrey O'Connell. I'm a student at the University of Michigan, and I'm an econ and psychology major.
Hi, my name is Bianca Fakima. I am a student at the University of Southern California. I major in neuroscience and I minor in international relations.
Okay. And I am Maribel, and I go to Grand Valley State University, and I major in legal studies and minor in women and gender studies. Okay, so I'm just gonna ask you guys questions about your freshman experience, and since I was a freshman just a year back, I'm gonna be a sophomore at Grand Valley. I will have some input and my own opinion about the discussion too, so let's just get into it, guys. Okay, so my first question is, how did you guys go about picking your major? Anybody can answer, it doesn't matter.
For me, what did I do? I went to like 6 majors, and each time I was like switching majors, like I would tell my parents and then they'd go crazy and stuff like that. But I think it's it's very normal for people to switch many times, and it's a process. It's an experience you have to go through. I mean, you just gotta understand that it's okay, it's normal, and that you need to find something that you enjoy and that you're comfortable like studying for the next 4 years or so, or even plus if you decide to go to graduate school or anything.
Can you just tell us some of the majors you picked before settling on psychology?
Yeah, what was this first one? First one was history. My dad was livid. The second one was cell molecular biology. Then I went to neuroscience. Then I went to, mathematics for a very hot second. Then, public health. I went through a lot. Yeah.
That's an impressive list right there.
That's a lot of us.
That's an impressive list. Okay, what about you, Bianca?
Well, I'm not as adventurous as Jeffrey here.
That makes two of us. So, Bianca, how did you go about picking your major?
Well, I've always been interested in the brain, so for me it only made sense to do neuroscience. I also like psychology too, which is like, neuroscience is an umbrella, psychology is also underneath that. And then I also chose international relations, which I never really knew that much about before coming to college, but I've always been good at history. I took history classes in high school, but I never knew how I could apply it until I got to college, which also goes to show how you never know for sure what you want to do until you get there. Like, you will change your mind all the time, change your major all the time. I would have never thought I would have done international relations until I took one class that was out of my major, and that one class, I loved it. So I went like the next week to go talk to an advisor, and he explored options for me. We looked into many different things and then finally settled on international relations. So currently it's my minor, but hopefully I can make it my major.
All right, for me, me picking legal studies, this is kind of cheesy, but I watched Law and Order and I got addicted, so I was like, I should be a lawyer. So I took a couple of classes in high school. I took Intro to Law and law classes, and I fell in love with law, and I wasn't any good at science, so I skipped that part altogether, and that's how I came about picking legal studies as my major. And then as for women and gender studies, I went to a field trip in Chicago when I was in college, when I joined one of the clubs that I'm in. And I think I just liked it, so I was like, why not minor in it if I can't major in it, because I knew for sure I was going to do something with law. Okay, so second question would be, how do your parents feel about like your choice of what you want to study or what you want to be?
Well, that's a very long story, but to make it short, so my parents had it in their heads that I was gonna be pre-med, I was gonna go to med school and all this stuff.
I think that's every
yeah.
African parent, because our parents thought that.
Yeah. But when you get to college, you realize that it's not like high school. You might be passing, getting straight A's in high school, but college is a different playing field.
It's a different
completely
field.
different playing field. Everyone is somewhat on par with everyone. Everyone starts off at the same level, and you're competing against people who are just as competitive as you. And when you get there, you realize that if you're not passionate about it, there's no way you're gonna do well. And there's no point in wasting your time doing things or money, taking classes that you don't want to take, that you're doing bad. I mean, if you're doing bad but you still want to do it, go ahead, by all means, take it. But if you are not passionate at all, don't waste your time.
Yeah, I think the important thing is to make sure that you're passionate about it, because you need to do well in these classes. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I mean, your parents will be upset, but they'll warm up to it. They'll get over it eventually. And I think for parents especially, they at this time when you're in college, you're now more than ever, your child will need all the support that they can get, because as you're at home, they're in college, and you don't know what they could be experiencing or anything like that. So I think if your child knows that they have support from their family system, I think that does wonders right there. And that, what eventually was a major that you didn't agree with might be like the best thing that's ever happened to them, and you might be proven wrong about it.
Yeah, that's true about the family support, and just parents just support your kids. They're gonna go through like a lot to try to figure out what kind of person they are. So if they're changing your major almost every week, it's okay, because nobody has anything figured out. So just let them go through the process. They will settle on one thing, no matter how long that's gonna take. They're just gonna go. It's normal. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, my other question. So, going away for college, leaving home where you've been there for probably 18 years and going probably far away, because you went to California, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was that scary, or was it like, oh, okay, I'm off to college? How was it?
For me, I felt as free as a bird. People would get homesick all the time. I was perfectly fine. I did miss home cooked meals, but besides that, I was fine. I feel like that's the beauty in the whole situation, because you're going off by yourself, you're starting a whole new life. You can start over, you meet new people, no one knows your past, no one cares what you did in high school. So I think it's a good thing. And it's a really good growing experience as well. You learn stuff about yourself that you never knew. You learn how strong you are. You rely on yourself, other people. Your parents are not there, like physically there. I mean, you can always call them, but you learn to do a lot on your own, which I think is very necessary as you grow older. So.
That was great. I was really happy. But like she said, it's a different experience, and I want to say it's something you have to be careful about, because
That is so true.
when you're home with your parents, you want to do things, and they may not let you do them because there's a reason to it. And now that you're in college, where you can do whatever you want, you can stay as late as you'd like or anything, but that can get you into trouble sometimes. And that's, you're growing up, and with growing up, you have to take more responsibility, and you have to make sure that you're safe at the same time, and that you're making the right decisions. And for me, even though I was truly happy to leave the house and everything, I still had in my head, you know, the teachings that my parents had and like what you should do, what you should do, because like, you know, I'm by myself here again, and like I don't know these people as well as, you know, I would like, and so, you know, I just gotta make sure that I keep myself safe and that, I stay successful.
Well, I wish I could say the same things as you guys, but I was scared. I was so scared. Like the day before I moved on campus, I actually called the morning of moving, because my parents were gonna drive me up there, and I called the CalSTAR office and I told them, yeah, I'm not coming to Grand Valley anymore. I quit. Can you just withdraw me? Because I changed my mind. I'm just going to go to community college the morning of me moving like to college and on campus and stuff. So I was really scared. But my dad was like, I know you. We raised you well. You have all this down. Don't worry about it. Just be the same person that you've always been for 16 years. And you'll be all right. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take a leap and go through this. Even though I'm a little shaky about it, I have like siblings and I miss them. I miss my family for the first week, and I Skype called like every second. Because we had, as a freshman, you have like a whole week to do like activities with other students and get used to the campus. So the whole time I wasn't too busy making friends, because I was on the phone or on Skyping my family, because I had really bad homesickness for I think the first week, but I got over it. I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to go off to college and study law and be like a lawyer and be rich and all this stuff. So if I want to do that, I have to stuck this up and go off to college by myself. So applaud to you guys for being brave and like, I'm just gonna go off to college. I was so scared. I was just too scared. Oh, my next question is, what's the biggest challenge about like going off to college and being a freshman in college? Because it's not the same as being a freshman in high school. So what was the biggest challenge for you?
The biggest challenge for me definitely was time management. Time management is the biggest issue I can think of my freshman year. Because as a freshman, you come in, you want to do everything, you get overwhelmed. They have fairs, they have meetings, just everything. You want to do everything. You sign up for like the first week when they have welcome week. You sign up for every little club you see, a random like comic book club, a random cooking class. You sign up, and then by the time classes start, you're swamped. You're just swamped just with homework by itself. And then when you finally start getting those emails from all those clubs that you signed up for the first week of class, you just don't know what to do. And I found that to be a big challenge, because I was that person. I signed up for everything. By the end, I had to like keep emailing organizations saying stop like emailing me and all that.
I don't want to join.
Yeah, definitely. But besides that, also it's kind of hard balancing your social life as well, which goes with time management. Like you have to put a lot of time into your studies, because at the end of the day, you are paying for your education and you don't want to be failing at all. So definitely your books come first, but don't be the person who's always in their books.
Or in your room
Yeah,
by
or in your room
themselves.
all the time. Definitely go out and socialize. Go to maybe one or two clubs. Go out to football games. Definitely go out and make friends, because there are going to be experiences in college that you'll never get again.
That's
so
true.
Yeah, you really want to make the best out of
every moment.
Yeah, every moment. Whether it be in your books or with friends, just make the best out of it.
Yeah. What about you, Jeff?
I'd say the same thing as time management. I'm a very disorganized person. I've been that my whole life. My dad does not like that about me. Just getting things sorted out and stuff like that was a huge challenge for me. And like, cause in high school, I mean, you had your schedule. First hour, second hour, you knew what you had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Homework for me was a breeze. But I would say definitely like sit down, like before each week starts, sit down, look at what you need to do, look at what's due, because like there has been times where I've been so disorganized where like an exam was like the next morning and I was like, okay, I gotta go study, so I stayed up till like 6 o'clock in the morning to study, which I do not ever want to do in my life again. But I would definitely recommend before the week starts, sit down, list out what you need to do, the priorities and what you need to do them in, and like, you know, just get yourself organized. Getting organized is the key. Yeah.
I think that's the same problem for everybody. It doesn't matter how organized you are. When you go to college, you're gonna be a little messy. Like, you're gonna have things that you're gonna forget. But my biggest tip that I discovered this before I went off to college. I didn't do it in high school because I didn't need to, but get a planner. Just get a planner. It's gonna be your best friend for that whole freshman year. Get a planner, write every homework, anything that's due. If you have an assignment, write it down, and before you go to bed, or if you sit down to do your homework, like whenever, like during your homework time, just open your planner, see what you wrote down, and just get it done. And when you get it done, you just cancel it off your list. Just set goals for yourself. That is so important. Like, that's just the biggest tip for me, just having a planner and setting my goals. And when I just achieve them, it just feels so good. I just cross it off and I like do like a little fist in the air and I'm like done with that. So just get a planner. And okay, how did you guys deal with like all-nighters? Because I had a little, maybe more than I wanted to of those. So how did you deal with that? And how many, like, if you could guess, how many did you have?
I think I have an all-nighter like every night. Since freshman year, just my sleeping schedule has just been destroyed. Like I can't go to sleep at like 10 o'clock. I go to sleep at like 3 in the morning.
Whoa.
Like pretty much every single night. This summer I try to like fix my sleeping pattern, but it's not working.
It's just gonna mess up when you go back to school, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I would recommend try to get as much sleep as you can.
8 hours is recommended,
8 hours is
but
recommended.
just if you can't push 8, 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? Coffee's been my best friend. I spent a fortune
Me
on
too.
coffees.
I did not drink coffee until I went off to college, and I think it was like the 3rd week of college, and I was like, Mom, Dad, can I get a coffee machine? Because can you guys just ship one off to me? Because I need one. And it helps. It helps. Just, I don't know, it helps.
Yeah,
For me, at least, it did.
I think college students keeps companies like Starbucks alive.
That's probably, if they had like a delivery system for Starbucks, oh my God, it will be on every college student speed dial. Starbucks. In case of emergency, Starbucks. That's probably what's gonna be on everybody's like call or like their phone and their phone list and stuff. What about you for the all-nighters?
For me, so because I go to school in California, there's that 3-hour difference.
Oh, yeah,
So when I first, so when I first came, my body, like I usually wake up around 9 every day, maybe. Yeah. So 9 o'clock a.m. is 6 o'clock a.m. in California.
Oh.
So like for the first month and a half, I could not stop waking up at 6 a.m. for no reason. My body just automatically woke up. And I tried so hard to break the pattern, but you know when classes start, you can't, those all-nighters start coming in. So I'll be going to bed at maybe 4 in the morning, studying for some bio test. Then my body decides to wake up at 6 a.m. Then I wake up, I'm so grumpy. Whatever they tell you, sleep is very important.
Oh my God.
So important.
So important.
I wake up so grumpy. I have class at 9 a.m. And that's another thing. Don't schedule any classes before.
That's a huge tip.
If you can help before 11.
If you can help not having classes,
don't do any classes before 11. And don't do any classes Friday.
Right, just thinking, for me, I thought, hey, I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I went to school because my high school started at 7:15 or something like that. I was like, I can go to class at 9 a.m. in college. That's a lie. Don't do it. If you have schedules set up like that,
don't do it.
just go change your time schedules, because you're not gonna get up and go to class at 9 a.m. There might be people, but the classes that I had for 9 a.m., they didn't have a lot of people in there. Nobody showed up most of the time because people oversleep. It's college. You're gonna probably go to bed like 3 o'clock, like 3 a.m. most of the nights, and you're just not gonna do like a 9 a.m. class. Don't kid yourself. Don't think you can do it because you can't not do it. That's just yeah.
Yeah, and another thing is, most people do have all-nighters, but I know a friend that like she never had an all-nighter throughout her 4 years in college.
Wow.
That's because she was very, very good at organizing. So like.
See, there you go
something
again.
about
That's
organized.
really important.
So when I do get rich,
If you don't get anything from this video,
she'll definitely
just
be
get
my
that
sister.
one tip. Just get that one tip. Okay, about classes. I know that as you go off to college, you have choices like, ooh, I can go to class today. I can skip class today. Nobody is gonna force you to get up in the morning, take a bath, do all this, get to class on time. Nobody is gonna be there to like tell you all that because you're away at college. Your parents aren't home to get you up. You have your alarm clock, but you can always buzz that thing and stop it. But getting up early in the morning and going to class, that was just so hard for me. I think it took me like probably a month, going to like 2 months to like drag myself out of bed, because I'm that one person that just, I don't get up, I get up. It's like probably like an hour for me to be like fully awake in the morning. So what would be your tip about just like, I don't know, just getting up in the morning and just ready to like go to class? And one thing too, is it like important to always go to class every day? Like show up for classes, guys. That's so important. So how do you like, what's your view on that, going to class?
You gotta view it in a certain way. So you're paying all this money for school,
Yeah, there's no
and
sense.
for each day it costs that much to be in that class. So how I look at it is, am I gonna just throw away $200 or something just like that or something? I mean, I've skipped class. Like everyone, at some point you'll do it. But you have to be very careful with it, because once you skip one,
It becomes a
it's-
habit.
yeah,
It becomes a habit.
and then
really
before you
quick.
know it, you missed out on like important information that you needed to know or something like that. So I think when it's very necessary, like if it's an emergency or something,
Mhm.
but yes, obviously you have to skip class, but I would, this is in order, go to as many as you can. You just go to class, that's my thing. And
Yeah.
like getting ready, I don't know, just find a way to like cut your morning short. I mean, I see people in like sweats in class.
You're gonna see that a
That's-
lot.
No one cares. No
Well,
one
no
should.
one. Don't
the
go
makeup
to
at
class
all. Yeah.
dressed up as you're gonna go like do a runway show or anything.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna
It's-
care.
it's-
Nobody's gonna look at you. So even if you just like get out of bed, brush your teeth, and put your hair in a bun and go to class, nobody's gonna judge you.
Yeah.
They don't care. They don't care. So just, as for me, before I went to bed each night, I had my outfit if I wanted to wear something fancy that day, or if I just had my outfit picked out for like the next morning, and I just set it aside to like cut my time off, like getting prepared in the morning, and that kind of gave me like a little more sleep, like before I get up, to like just get up, brush my hair, and do everything, just get dressed and go, instead of like getting up and then looking for something to wear and then just going through that process. Just pick out your outfit the night of or like the night before. That just cut like off so much time. And as for the class thing, guys, make a friend. Like if you go to any class, just make a friend and get their phone number, their email. If you have to skip class, I
Share
suggest don't. But if you have to skip class because you're sick or you have an emergency, just call that friend after or like the day that you skip class and just ask, is there any reading that was supposed to be done, or was there homework, anything like that. Just make a friend and just let them be, you guys can be like the partner in crime. If somebody skips, one of you guys have each other covered at all times. So that's my tip, and that's what I did.
I am the type of person who will have a class at 9 a.m. and I will roll out of bed at 8:45.
Wow.
So, for me, it got really bad first semester, so I knew I had to change it. So what I did, I had my alarm clock, and instead of putting it by my bed, I put it by my door. So when it goes off, I have to get out of my bed to turn it off.
That's such a good tip.
So that's what I had to do, because it was getting really, really bad. So after that, it became like a habit. So like I had to force myself to get out of bed. And once you get out of bed, you're so grumpy that
you don't want to go back.
You don't want to go back to bed. And then when you realize you have 5 minutes to get to class, you definitely don't want to
get
get back.
moving.
Yeah, you get moving. So yeah, that's what I did, and that's what worked for me. So
I think that's a good tip. I wish I could have thought of that, because my alarm clock was like right next to my bed. So when it went off, I just turned my head and slept that thing, and I went back to sleep. So just take that tip. I'm gonna practice it when I go back. So, yeah. So for like the first week, I know at least for my college, you had like you had a lot of programs that you could go to. They literally kind of force you to make friends. So they would have like activities set up for you guys as freshmen to like do stuff, to meet people. And my tip is to go to every one of them and try to make as many friends as you can for that first week that you have the opportunity to do it. And then as time goes by, you can filter like the people, like the friends that you like, because if you're making all those friends in that 1 week span, it's not everybody that you're gonna like. It's not every personality that you're gonna like. So as you make the friends, as time goes by, you can filter which ones you are like you can relate to and which ones are good for you, and just toss out the ones that aren't good for you pretty much. So what did you guys think about? Well, for my school, they did that. Did they do that for you guys as freshmen coming in?
yeah, definitely.
I think it was like the welcome week.
Yeah, we had a welcome week, which was exclusively for freshmen.
Yes,
like
it is.
there were like 4 days just for freshmen, and then everyone else came in. But you make so many friends that those first 4 days that by the end you don't remember anyone's name.
You're not.
You'll see people's faces like come second semester, and you're like, I know
remember
this
you
person.
from somewhere.
I don't know from where, and I don't remember your name, so I'm just gonna smile at you and pretend like I know you, but I don't remember your name. So yeah, definitely you definitely make a lot of friends those first couple days.
Yeah.
But then as time goes on, you see the ones where like who you have in your classes, so you become friends with them. You guys study together and whatnot, and then other people you might not ever see again. Like there's some people I met.
So true.
Yeah, there's some people I met first semester. I go through my phone and I see their name. I'm like, I don't even remember this person. And I've never.
I
seen
still
this
have
person.
numbers on my phone that they have like names, and I was like, what?
Yeah, I don't even remember.
I was like, I'm
their
so
faces.
tempted to go through it and call. Like,
Yeah.
hi, I'm Maribel. Do I know you from
Exactly.
somewhere? Because your number's on my phone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I definitely had a hard time with that. But I think it's really important to go out those first couple of days and get out of your comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to people you never would have talked to, even if it's just saying hi.
Okay, so how do you deal with safety as being an individual, like a student on campus, and there are times where you have to be out late and all this other stuff? Like, how do you keep yourself safe? Because everybody is not out here doing or on campus doing like out for good, and you're gonna meet people that aren't so good. So how do you deal with like just keeping yourself safe and all that?
For me, I was lucky my freshman year to like live with friends from high school.
Yeah.
And so like we have this system where like if it got pretty late out, we just call, shoot a text, say, hey, where you at? If you're coming home or something like that. And it usually worked out pretty well. And then we just, communicate where we're at and everything. For like partying and clubs and stuff, I would advise everyone to like go with a group.
Okay.
I never went to a party without my boys. And if I have friends who were females or like other guys, and like we just tag along, we just walk each other home and stuff like that.
That's such an important thing. Always stick with the group, guys. It's better to be in a group than being by yourself. You're just more vulnerable by yourself, and you can pretty much get attacked or whatever that bad thing that's gonna happen to you by yourself. Yeah, anything can happen. Just don't think, oh, it's an open campus, nobody's gonna do anything. And just don't walk by yourself. Always stick with a group, or if you don't have a group, just stick with another person. Like just go in pairs everywhere. What about you?
Well, I go to school. Where I go to school is not the best area. It's like South Central LA. So I had to wise up very quickly. I can never go anywhere by myself, especially not anywhere. I can go to class by myself, but like when it past like 9 o'clock, when it's dark outside, you definitely don't want to be caught walking by yourself anywhere. I'm always with a friend, or our school has a system called Campus Cruiser, where past I think 8 o'clock they have cars that will take you wherever you need to go, so you don't have to walk at night by yourself if you have to. Also, with going to parties, definitely go in groups. Also, big thing, always watch your drink, whatever you're drinking.
Yes.
Because there have been many incidences, not like it has happened to me, but I've seen other people where their drinks get roofied or.
And those stories you hear, those are true.
They're very
true.
It happens more than you think. So definitely
don't trust anybody.
Don't trust anyone that you don't, even people you know.
Yeah.
Always just watch your drink at all times. Watch who you're with. Watch where you are. Always be aware of your surroundings. Make sure you scope out exits. I know that sounds corny, but scope out exits before you even start partying. Yeah, exactly. If you see anything suspicious, make sure you tell somebody.
Don't keep it to yourself and never say, oh, it's not me, it's not happening to me, so I don't care about it. It might be you someday, so just if you see anything suspicious, report it. Just get somebody to just get somebody's attention. Just don't see something and walk away or turn a blind eye to it because it's not happening to you. What if it was you in that position? You would want somebody to step in and help or go get help for something, so just take care of other people you don't know. And for me, for the party, I was not old enough because I went off to college when I was 16, so I was restricted from all of that. And they have, as for safety issues, they have so many programs at your college. I know a lot of colleges have this. They have self-defense programs. They have programs where you just come in a conference and they talk about steps to take if A situation happened, B situation, different scenarios, and they advise you on what to do in case you find yourself in any situation like that. And other things just the group thing is really helpful. Always stick with a group, be in a group, and if it's past 8 o'clock, because during the winters in Michigan, it gets really dark really quick, so probably at 5 o'clock it will be dark sometimes during the winter. So if you get a flashlight, and I had a flashlight on my keys and then I had pepper spray. I don't know if that's legal or not, but I had pepper spray because I was no. You just take care of yourself and just know your surroundings. That's really important.
I think for parents, also check in on your job, because I've heard of, a month later they found a kid in his dorm room who's dead.
Yeah.
And no one checked up on him or something like that. But yes, I would definitely advise that parents check up on your kids. Ask them how they're doing, what they're up to, and where they'll be at and stuff like that. And for kids, I think you should tell your parents, if you're going out of town, let your parents know.
No.
Because I know you want all this freedom and everything, but at the end of the day,
it comes with great responsibility.
Yeah, it comes with great responsibility, and it's good for you because if something's odd or something's happened, your parents know where they are and they can come and help you.
Yeah.
Like, it's important to realize that stuff does happen, and that your safety is number one. Because like if something happens to you, like it affects a lot of people.
Yeah, not just you. And that is true too. Just don't think about, oh, it's my life, it's this. If something does happen to you, it's not just you that is gonna, well, it's not, maybe you, let's not say you end up dead or something happened to you. You're not the only person that's gonna get affected by that. Your family's gonna get affected, people that have met you, people that are known of you, like your friends and stuff, their lives are gonna be impacted by like the choices that you make. So be smart about like what you want to do, and don't get pressured into doing something that you are not comfortable doing or that you don't like. Just don't get pressured to do anything that you don't want to do. And it's okay to say no and walk away. Nobody, like, they might think you're stupid or lame or anything, but for yourself and for your family's sake, you're being safe, and that's the most important thing for yourself. And another thing is for parents, just at this moment as your child is going off to college, be your child's best friend, because they're gonna need you every step of the way. Because if you're trying to be so stuck up and judgmental with your child is gonna hide a lot from you, because they don't want to call and tell you something, and you're gonna be so opposed to it and just be there and judge them. Just be open about things, because you might be home, they're in a different situation, they're in a different scene, and if they're in a situation that they don't know what to do, they're always thinking, oh, I can just call home and get advice from mom and get advice from my uncle. Just be your child's best friend, because they're gonna need you. As for me, I think I called my mom probably 3 or 4 times every week, and I talk to my mom almost every day. Either I talk to her or I send like a text message to her. Just if you find yourself in a situation and you don't know what to do, call your family. They're gonna help you. They might yell at you afterwards, but they're gonna get you out of that sticky situation that you're in. So that's just my advice. Okay, so we're just gonna round this up by in general, can you just like the biggest tip that you might give a freshman going, like a high school student going into college as a freshman, like just anything?
I would say that college is what you make of it, especially
so true.
Especially your freshman year, because these are the best times of your life, and things just go downhill as you go, as you get up there. So definitely try to have as much fun as you can while you're still young. Make as many friends as you can, do as many things as you can, travel abroad, do anything, do everything, actually. I mean, I don't do everything, but do as much as you can handle so that you can have the best time.
For me, I would say, yeah, enjoy yourself, but also like in your head, know that you need to grow up and like grow from this experience, because you still need to work at, what you want to do in life. And like, I also think you should also sit down and ask yourself, what do I want to be in life? What my career should be and stuff like that. What I want to be able to do. If it's supporting, I don't know, whoever, your family or something like that, you need to have that in your head and like have that set in stone and as your like motivator, so to speak. Because it's easy to drift away and get caught up in like parties and like other friends and like all these other activities and stuff like that. And like, well, by the time you're done and you're like, oh well, I spent 4 years like doing what exactly? And like I see it happen all the time, and people are scared. Well, where am I going to get a job and stuff like that? Plan ahead, set a goal or something like that, and like you should be okay. For me, I wanted options, so once I finish, I can go take the MCAT, I can go to med school, or I have all these contacts where I can like get a marketing internship and make good money, and survive, and like eventually, succeed in my goals.
Yeah. As for me, my advice, if you're like a student, get to know your teachers. That's so important. For me, for the first week of school, I stayed back after our session or our class was over, and I went up to my teacher and I introduced myself and just get to know the teacher. Don't be the person where you need help one time and you go to the teacher's office to try to get help, and the teacher's like, "Who are you? Oh, you're in my class." Just get to know your teacher, and your teachers have office hours. Visit them once a while if you have free time, and just get to know them. And they have tutoring. At least for my school, they had free tutoring. So if you're struggling with anything, just go seek help. It's okay. This is not high school that you are just gonna make it by with a C or a D. Just be the best you can. Set goals for yourself. If you can't set long-term goals, set weekly goals that every time you accomplish them, then you set other goals for yourself, and so on and so forth. And make friends, have fun in college, and it's okay to make mistakes, because nobody has it perfect down when they go off to college. You're bound to make mistakes, and learn from your mistakes. And what else? As for parents, just be your child's friend at this moment, because they're gonna need you. They're gonna be stuck in situations that they might have asked for help from you, and you're being too judgmental about situations and stuff, and they won't be so open with you. So just be your child's best friend at this moment, and just let them come to you with anything that they have that they have, and not be scared about talking to you about anything. So that's very important, guys. And just we talked about being organized. That's very important. Go to class. It's important. Go to class. They might not take attendance, but you just absorbing all that information and attending class every day, you might have had a B in that class, but you going to class every day will push you up to an A, because it happened to me. And so that's just all that I have to say. Do you guys have anything?
Good.
Wow. Well, it was really, 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 really nice of you guys to come today and sit with us. And I hope that anybody that watches this learns something, learn the tips that we gave you, and, well, good luck. Good luck with college, and good luck with everything else. All right, and we just want to give a shout out to Christ Successful Life Ministry for letting us use their stage to film this out. So thank you for that too. All right, guys, thank you so much for coming today. It was very helpful, and it was fun. It was fun hanging out and talking to you guys, and I hope you guys have the best time going off on, you said, your 4th year?
Yeah.
And
Sophomore.
her 3rd year, and it will be my 2nd year, so we know what we're talking about, guys. So, all right, bye.